She only had hours left to live. The doctors looked at her 10-year-old brother and said, "We can save her, but you will probably die on the table." Without even blinking, he answered, "Then hurry, she's already waited long enough." It began in a small town where laughter once filled every corner of the Ramirez household. The siblings, Evan, 10 years old, and Lena, 7 years old, were inseparable. They shared secrets, fought over crayons, raced bicycles that were too big for them, and dreamed about exploring the world together. But everything changed on a rainy Thursday afternoon. Lena collapsed at school, her lips pale, her breathing weak. Her teacher rushed her to the hospital, where doctors revealed the unthinkable. Her body was losing the ability to produce healthy blood cells. She needed a transplant, and fast. The parents listened in shock as the doctor explained that Lena's chances were slim. Her only hope was a compatible donor, someone close, someone whose blood matched perfectly. They tested the parents first. No match, then relatives. No match. The clock was running out. Finally, they tested Evan. Hours felt like days, until the doctor returned with trembling relief. He was a match, a perfect match. But then came the part no one expected. To save Lena, they didn't just need blood. They needed something far more serious. A procedure that would require extracting a significant amount of Evan's stem cells, carrying risks that could permanently harm his immune system, or worse. Evan overheard everything from the hallway. He didn't cry. He didn't hesitate. He simply walked into the room, stood beside his parents, and said in a small but steady voice, "If it helps Lena, I'll do it." His parents begged him to think, to wait, to let the doctors try something else. But Evan shook his head. Lena was his best friend, his teammate, his little shadow. If saving her meant putting his life in danger, he was ready. Over the next 24 hours, the hospital transformed into a whirlwind of preparation. Doctors rushed, machines beeped endlessly, nurses whispered, and through it all, Evan sat quietly beside his sister's bed, his fingers gently resting on her hand, as if trying to transfer every bit of strength he had. The night before the surgery, Lena woke up long enough to whisper, barely audible, "Don't leave me, okay?" Evan didn't tell her the truth. He simply whispered back, "I won't." Morning came. The operating rooms were prepared. 2 beds, side by side, separated only by a wall. Evan was rolled in first. Doctors inserted needles into his small arms. Machines began to hum. Then, halfway through the extraction, something went wrong. Evan's blood pressure began to plummet. His heart rate dropped sharply. The surgeon shouted orders as alarms exploded across the room. They tried stabilizing him. More fluids, more oxygen, more everything. But Evan's tiny body was giving out. Meanwhile, in the next room, Lena's procedure had already begun. She was receiving the very cells her brother was sacrificing himself for. The twist arrived like a bolt of lightning. Evan knew the procedure might be dangerous, but what he didn't know was that his condition had worsened overnight. The doctors planned to postpone the operation for his safety, but Evan insisted they continue, because Lena didn't have time. As the medical team fought to save him, Evan whispered something through his oxygen mask, words the surgeon later said he would remember for the rest of his life. "Tell Lena, I kept my promise." The next minutes were a battle. a desperate one. The room echoed with shouts, movements, machines, and fear. And then, just when the staff thought they were losing him, Evan's heart began to stabilize. Slowly, weak, but steady, the surgeon exhaled in disbelief. The boy had survived barely. The moment Evan woke up hours later, he didn't ask about himself. He didn't ask what happened. He didn't ask if he was okay. He only whispered, "Is Lena safe?" And for the first time in days, his mother cried tears of pure relief. Lena was going to live. The transplant was successful. Weeks later, when both siblings were strong enough to meet, Lena ran to Evan with tubes still in her arms, hugging him with every bit of strength she had left. Evan hugged back, careful yet full of love. He didn't talk about the pain. He didn't talk about the risk he took. He didn't talk about being afraid. He simply told her, "I said I wouldn't leave you." This story reminds us that courage isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet one, 0-year-old boy who walks into an operating room knowing he might not walk out, all because he loved his sister more than he loved his own safety. True heroism doesn't need capes, medals, or applause. Sometimes it's simply love in its purest form. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder of how powerful love, courage, and sacrifice can be. Your support helps more people hear stories that inspire hope and restore faith in humanity. Thank you for watching.